Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is highly requested and I wasn't even planning on making a video like this talking about the no oil and butter thing because it's such a sensitive subject. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no heat. I want to live a peaceful life. So many people actually reach out to me and were like, Jen, you haven't updated us on how your hair feels. And it's been a year and a half since I stopped using oil. So I feel like this video is well overdue. Before I even start, I want to give a little disclaimer because like I said, this topic is very sensitive online, a little controversial. And I never want to make anybody feel like they need to change their routine. They need to drop oils and butters and whatever. I don't want to pressure anybody into doing this. Only do it if you want to, and you're actually only going to be successful if you want to do this, okay? Anyways, little disclaimer, this is with love and this is for the people that actually want an update. If that's not you, bye girl. So how has my hair changed since dropping oils and butters? And before we even get into hair, I want to talk about my scalp. Now I know a lot of us use oils and butters and we're like, oh, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Oils and butters have done me well. And you know, I can argue the same thing. Oils and butters has done me well as well. However, we seem to forget our scalp and the health of our scalp. Ever since I dropped oils and butters, and you know, I'm talking about raw oils and butters, my scalp has never been the same. It took a little bit to get there. I think it took about maybe a month for me to work my way up. At first, my scalp would start to get flaky around day 4, which technically is an indication for you to start washing your hair anyway, but I never really wash my hair every 4 days. That's crazy. It went from being flaky around day 4 to being flaky around day 7, day 8. And actually just recently, since I'm doing Vlogmas, I've been extremely busy with whipping out these videos, which I'm sure you're watching. I pushed off my wash day by 3 weeks. 3 weeks, definitely not recommended. But let me tell you something, not only was my hair still soft, my scalp was doing amazingly well. I've never seen anything like it. And no, I didn't put anything on my scalp. I didn't oil it. I don't do anything in between wash days anymore, but my scalp was feeling amazing. So that's number one. My scalp has never been the same. My scalp is not flaky. My scalp is not itchy. Of course, after 7 days, I'll start to feel the itch a little bit, but around that time, you should be washing your hair anyway. So I'll get a little reminder that it's day 7 and I should wash my hair. But other than that, dandruff gone, flakiness gone, itchiness gone. Everything gone without me having to do anything to my scalp. So that's number one. Now my hair, my actual strands. My strands feel like a soft cloud. I don't even know how to describe it. Soft cloud from wash day to wash day. I don't have to re-moisturize during the week. I don't have to spray my hair with water. I don't have to do anything to it, and my hair will remain so soft. Like I said, I spent 3 weeks without washing my hair. I washed my hair today. Girl, isn't it looking so good? Anyway, I washed my hair today, but prior to this, for the past 3 weeks, it's almost like I was sitting and waiting for my hair to get extremely dry and waiting for it to start cracking and popping, and nothing happened. My hair stayed so soft, and every time I shower, I don't wear a shower cap, and the steam from the shower just does this thing, and I don't even run my hands through the water and put it in my hair or anything like that. That's what I used to do when I used raw oils and butters. Every time I shower, I would wet my hands, run into my hair as a way to re-moisturize. Girl, I don't do none of that no more, okay? I don't re-moisturize, I don't spritz with water, nothing. From wash day to wash day, my hair remains soft like a baby's bottom, soft like a cloud, and I can feel the quality of the hair is a little bit different. It's like my hair absorbed dehydration around it, dehydration from wash day, and it remains almost like swollen with the water throughout the week. They say between 4 to 7 days you should be washing your hair anyway, but I don't wash my hair every 4 days. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you, girl. But by the time I get to day 7, yes, I should be washing my hair, but no, my hair is not dry. When we use oil and butters, your hair will feel nice and juicy and soft when you first wash it. But then a couple of days later, it's a different story. Your hair will start to feel like straw. This is why we would say you need to re-moisturize your hair. Your hair will feel like a greasy straw. Like you would feel that it's getting dry. You would feel that, I need to get some water in there, which is why we would re-moisturize. And I would always say, stay on top of your moisturizing routine. Even if you postpone your wash day, keep re-moisturizing your hair so that it doesn't dry out. Well, now I don't have to re-moisturize. I don't have to spritz with water. I don't have to do nothing. Honestly, it's from wash day to wash day. And I'm gonna be honest, okay? I don't even tie my hair when I go to bed sometimes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It really depends on my mood. It depends on what time it is. And it doesn't even matter. My hair will stay just soft like a cloud up until I wash it again. When I first dropped oils though, it wasn't like that. I should probably point that out. It's gotten better with time. And I can say when I first dropped oils around day 4, I would feel that I need to re-moisturize my hair. But then of course I wouldn't re-moisturize. I would kind of just stretch it out to day 7 and then wash all over again and rehydrate my hair. But now it stays hydrated, girl. Now this is unrelated to hair itself, but I have no greasy pillows. I have no greasy pillowcases. I don't have grease running down my face after wash day. And let's be honest, we were very heavy-handed with our products. We still are. I still am. I really had to reprogram my mind when it comes to using products and not having to just pump it all out and put it in your hair. So of course I always had a lot of oils in my hair, and oils were everywhere. My skin has gotten so much better, and of course diet has something to do with it. But what I noticed from the very beginning is I started getting less blackheads, less clogged pores, simply because there's less oils in my environment. Oh, and I should also mention that my hair stays hydrated without it being greasy. That's another misconception that we had, that greasy hair was moisturized hair. So a lot of the time I see people online describe their hair and they're like, I could never let go of oils and butters because that's what's going to lubricate my hair and keep it moisturized. And I was there too. That's how I thought about it. Once my hair was coated with an oil, coated with a butter, that's when I felt like it was moisturized. Even if I had just washed it. No. I had to put the butter in for it to feel moisturized. And what I was feeling for was greasiness, oiliness. That's what I thought moisture was. So this has been a whole learning opportunity to understand that greasy hair isn't actually moisturized hair, and you can have greasy, dehydrated hair. Another thing that's changed, honestly, is my mindset around natural hair. My hair feels different than before, and I really enjoy how it feels right now. It's not greasy. It feels really soft. My strands are just juicy. It's hard to describe hair through a screen, you know what I mean? Now I kind of understand what the stylist meant when they would say that hydration is not a look, it's a behavior. It feels like a soft cloud. Like I can touch it right now, and my strands are just so soft. Like I don't know. I really want that for you, but I do understand that it takes a lot to let go of something that we have been doing forever, or that we were taught to do our entire life. Like I said, I grew up using oils in my hair, and it's a huge leap of faith to do something like that, to let go of what you think your hair really needs. My mindset has also changed around what my hair is capable of. I'm able to do wash and goes back to back, and it's okay. My hair is not breaking or tangly, or my detangling process is not a nightmare. And also, I'm enjoying my hair. I don't have to keep it in twist. I don't have to protect it all the time. I don't have to tie it down. There's so much fear around us enjoying our natural hair. There's so much fear around us wearing our natural hair. And I find that this method allows you to actually enjoy your hair. I'm wearing my hair out, and I enjoy wearing it out. I enjoy having a whole wash and go like this, and it's going to last me a week. It's going to get better with time. That's another thing. Once your hair is hydrated, by day 5, 6, yeah, you should be washing, but that's when your hair starts looking its best. And you're like, excuse me? Now I also see what my hair is capable of. For example, doing a wash and go. I always had it in my mind that my hair was not wash and go hair. It's going to cause a lot of tangles. My detangling process is going to be horrible. I'm not doing wash and goes, girl. But I've come to realize once your hair is hydrated and you keep your hair hydrated, you have a lot less tangles. Your detangling process is much more easier, which leads to less breakage overall. So we're doing things backwards. We're doing things in a whole different way than how we were thought, but then I'm seeing a whole different result. What I thought was going to happen is not happening. My hair is not tangly after I do wash and go and wash my hair at the end of the week. Even though I don't wear a satin bottom when I go to bed, not all the time. And even though I don't do anything to my hair throughout the week. It stays in a set. So of course, when I dry my hair, it stays like this. So then my hair remains stretched. And when I wash it again, I don't have a problem with detangling. Just have to do my hair once a week if I'm good. And I don't have to do anything in between. So it's a one-time thing. I'll see you again in 7 days. Another thing that I've noticed is around protective styling. And you guys know I used to do a lot of protective styles. I used to do 6 months stretch of protective styling because, you know, my hair needed to be protected at all costs. I think it was September or something when I had my last set of braids, and I didn't mean to keep them in my hair that long, but I ended up having them for 2 months just because, you know, I wasn't there mentally. And once I took out my hair, of course, I had buildup at the scalp level. However, my strands were fine. Well, you know, when you come out of a protective style, first thing first, your hair is really tangled. But second of all, you remember that straw feeling I was talking about? Your hair will feel like a greasy straw, depending on what you put in your hair when you set your protective style. Me, when I used to do my protective styles, I used to put butters on top of butters in my hair, okay? We had to put the butters and the oils at that time to make sure that the hair was extremely protected before it went under the braids. And turns out your hair was just suffocating under the braids because it was coated with oils and butters. So by the time you take it out, of course, your hair was extremely dry. So I had to do a whole process to basically get my hair back to life, you know, post-protective style routine. And I have videos on what I used to do to my hair to get it back to feeling great again. But in this time around, I took out my braids, and although it had been 2 months, my hair felt fine. If anything, the more I was touching it, the more I felt like it was absorbing, I don't know, the sweat from my hands or something. Like, it was just feeling better and better, and even though I hadn't washed it yet. So post-protective style is also a different feeling. And no, I didn't wash my hair while I had the braids in. Best practices will be for you to do that, but I didn't do that. So really, it just makes natural hair much more simpler, even though I had already simplified my routine when it came to using raw oils and butters. And those are the main things that I've noticed with my hair. And that's the reason why I say I have no desire to going back to using raw oils and butters. I enjoy thoroughly shampooing my hair. I never thought that I would say that, but today I gave myself 3 shampoos. I've never done that in my entire life. I clarified my hair twice, and I shampooed with a moisturizing shampoo simply because it had been 3 weeks since I washed my hair, and that's a long time. I enjoy that. I enjoy not having that coating on my hair, so my hair is not greasy. My scalp is able to breathe. My scalp feels amazing, especially when it comes to my scalp. I know a lot of people go back and forth with me online. At least they try to, because you know me, I'm not going back and forth with nobody online. But they'll be like, I'm fine. I don't need to drop the oils or whatever. And then when you ask them a few questions, you get a little bit deeper. They have dandruff. They have a flaky scalp. They have some sort of scalp inflammation. And, you know, suffocating your scalp with oils may be the reason. I'm no dermatologist, but that may be the reason. When you think about how much oils we put on our scalp, forgetting the fact that we have sebum. And that's another thing that I almost forgot to mention. Sebum. I can feel my sebum now. I can put my hand on my scalp, especially a couple of days after wash day, and I can feel my sebum. And it's a very interesting feeling to me because I was suffocating my scalp and I never really felt my sebum like that. Before I go, I will leave you with some tips. And the reason why I'm doing this is because someone reached out and first of all wanted this video, requested this video, but she also asked for some tips on how to get started. So first of all, I would highly recommend you watch my videos on this because I have so many videos on no oil and butters. My entire process basically has been documented. And 2, I will say to give yourself time. Give yourself time to learn this. If you do this for 1 month, you didn't give yourself enough time. I hear people say it all the time. If you look into it, that's not enough. I would say at least 3 months. The stylist that I recently saw also suggested 3 months. And I agree with that because it's such a different journey. If you think about how long it took us to take on using oils and butters, to start figure out which product combination or layers that we like. If you think about how long that took, well, you should give this journey the same chance. We're using different techniques, we're using different products. To get the product/water ratio right, that's gonna take some time. To be able to understand what to use, that's gonna take some time. So you really have to commit to this and give yourself time. If you're not willing to commit, if you're not willing to give this a chance, then don't do it. No one is forcing you. Your hair is gonna be sticky at first and you're gonna have to adjust. So it's a whole journey. Definitely give yourself time. Number 3, focus on allowing yourself to drink as much water as possible, as frequently as possible when you start this journey. I know a lot of the time our focus is longevity. I want my style to last as long as possible. But with this, you want to be consistent, and you want to consistently allow your hair to drink water through washing, conditioning, and styling. When they say every 4 to 7 days, I would highly recommend you stick to 7 days, okay? At least 7 days. Do your hair on a weekly basis, okay, girl? 4 days is a little much for me, personally. But 7 days, you gotta be able to stick with it. Things happen, of course, life happens. I just spent 3 weeks without washing my hair. Am I gonna die? Is my hair gonna fall off? No. But best practices, especially at the beginning when you're going from using oils and transitioning to not using oils, you want your hair to be drinking as much water as possible. That's how you're gonna see a difference. And that's another reason why I say if you do this for 1 month, it's not enough. Your hair's probably coming from a dehydrated state, and you wanted to drink a lot of water before you start seeing. When I first started this, a lot of people were like, give it time, give it a year. And I was like, oh, year? So in my mind, I was like, okay, fine. I'm gonna give it a year. I'm gonna be consistent for a year, but I'm so glad I did, because after 4 or 5 months, you really fall into your flow. The more hydrated your hair gets, the better your styles are going to be. So focus on hydration and everything's gonna fall into place. Don't be afraid of your hair. We come from a place of fear when it comes to how to deal with our hair. Our hair needs to be protected at all costs. My hair is brittle. My hair is matting. I'm scared of the detangling process. Allow your hair the chance to thrive. Allow your hair to do something new. And of course, you got to be consistent with it, because yeah, your hair is going to be dry, brittle, breaking, and drying if you're not consistent with your routine, even if you're using oils or not. So don't set yourself up for failure, okay? Be consistent. And the more consistent you are, the better your detangling process is going to be. So that's the main point that I want to talk about, because I feel like a lot of us are scared to go onto this because, first of all, they think it's a lot of manipulation. It's actually not. You're only doing your hair once a week. But also, your detangling process becomes easier because you're consistently detangling your hair. So what I've realized when it comes to detangling, a lot of the time we spend like a month or 2 without detangling our hair. And of course, it's a nightmare. And we complain that it's a nightmare, but you haven't detangled your hair in a month or 2. And if you watch all the videos that I've created around this, the main theme is to baby your hair. It's to take care of your hair. And it's to consistently take care of your hair on a weekly basis. So if anything, it's giving your hair much more love consistently. So it's not about putting your hair away, forgetting about it. And we say a lot of the time, I don't have time to deal with my hair. I need to put it away. But it's like, it's your hair. It's an extension of you. It's self-care. You should want to take care of your hair. It's a privilege to take care of your hair. So don't look at it as a negative thing. Look at it as a positive that we're blessed enough to be able to take care of our hair. The last tip I would say is when people talk about the wash hour, those are experts and likely people that have short hair or fine hair, or I don't know. Even for me, my routine is in an hour. And at first I was stressing myself out trying to make my routine last an hour, and I realized I was making me almost hate my routine. So I still take my time to do my hair. Today it took me 3 hours to do this wash and go. From start to finish though, that includes drying time. I enjoyed the entire process. I was in the shower just really giving my hair a lot of love. My hair was responding. I was happy. She was happy. We were in harmony, girl. Don't go into this thinking that, oh my God, it's going to be an hour. Of course, your routine is going to be significantly easier because you're not going to have a million steps. Honestly, it's just washing, conditioning, and then styling. But the way that you're going to go about doing these things is very important. So method is very, very important here rather than products, for example. And I mean, products are still important, but method is really important because you really want to allow your hair to drink the water. You want your hair to be hydrated. So you want to put in the work at the beginning so that your hair lasts the whole week. Now, if you have any more questions, let me know down below, girl. I feel like I've said a lot, but the idea is to simplify things for you to shampoo, condition, and style consistently. The more you do this, ironically, the less tangles you're going to have, the easier detangling your hair is going to be, the more hydrated your hair is going to get over time. But you have to allow yourself time to get there, and you're gonna have to change your mindset, especially around all of the things that we were doing. For example, the things that I've said. I've said to pre-poo, I've said to oil your scalp, I've said to deep condition, I've said to sleep with your deep conditioner, I've said to protect your hair, but don't listen to old Jen. Listen to new Jen who's done this, and I'm telling you how good your hair can feel after 6 months, after 3 months, but you have to give yourself time. If you're gonna go through this thinking that your hair is going to feel the same way, you're setting yourself up for failure, because your hair is not, and you're not going to feel that coating on your hair, that build up on your hair, and it's actually a good thing. Any more questions, leave them down below. This hair has been filmed, the video is up. It was filmed differently though, so I don't know if you're gonna like it or not, but I'll link it in the description box. I'll also link the products that I've used so far that I enjoy. They will all be in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Didn't we like this framing? It's giving Christmas vibe. Anyways, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Oh, and one last thing that I want to say. When you start doing this, you're going to start noticing how different your ends are. I feel like a lot of us that start this, we end up cutting our hair because you realize that your strands are literally busted. We love our oils, we love our butters, and they really carried us really, really far. But our ends, our hair, whew. Well, the first thing I noticed when I started this journey was that my ends were not good. They were frayed, they were dry, they were stringy. And if your detangling process is taking you forever and you can't get through your ends, it's likely because you need a trim. And a lot of the time we don't trim our hair as often as we should, especially depending on what we do to our hair. But if you can't get through your hair, you can't detangle it, you may need a trim, girl, or you may need a cut depending on your situation. And you know what I would say, or what I would do, or what I did. Okay, don't come for me. I know this topic can be, it's hard to maneuver around, and I never want to hurt anybody's feelings, of course, when it comes to this. Do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, take care of your hair, and it will grow, it will flourish, and you will retain your length, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Bye, girl.